This election could completely reshape Mobile, and with Election Day set for August 26th, now is the time to be paying attention. I'm Jess with Uplift Mobile, and this is Who Run the Port? Big changes are coming to the city. After more than a decade in office, Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimpson says he's stepping aside.
Today, after much consideration and prayer, I'm letting you know that I will not seek re-election.
The 2025 election will mark the end of his run and the beginning of a new chapter for the city. So we went to the Meet the Candidates event, where residents across Mobile came out to see who's stepping up and what they stand for. We're here at Cottage Hill Baptist Church for Meet the Candidates, the joint debut of Mobile's possible picks for mayor. We talked to the event's hosts, Pastor Alan Floyd of Cottage Hill Baptist Church and Pastor Leon Bell of St. Joseph Baptist Church about the purpose of the event. So what led you all to want to plan an event like Meet the Candidates?
Well, I think for me is that probably when the fourth or the fifth candidate made the announcement that they were running for mayor, I kind of made the decision that with this being such a crucial election for our city, is that maybe we could provide an opportunity for the community to come out and to ask questions, to submit questions, and get to know each of the candidates so they can make their decision. And so because as pastors, we love our city and we love to serve our city, this was a way for us to really provide this environment for our community.
And so what role do you all see faith-based leaders playing in civic engagement?
One of the things about faith-based leaders is we see the same people every week. It's a great opportunity to get our congregations engaged in who the candidates are, and really more than anything, give them the opportunity to hear about each candidate, what their platforms are, what their vision is for the city of Mobile, and really create opportunities for them to really understand the process and who's in the process and what their dreams or goals are for the city of Mobile.
From first-time hopefuls to familiar political faces, candidates will make their pitches. But people aren't just looking for polished speeches. They're looking for answers, real ones. Give us your first and last name and the spelling.
My name is LaTonya Matthews, LaTonya, Matthews, Matthews.
All right, and Ms. Matthews, are you a Mobile native, born and raised? Or?
Yes, I was born and raised here in Mobile.
So, as far as the communities that you are in, what is one issue you would like to see addressed by the next administration?
We're always wanting public safety to be at the forefront. Also, another area would be to help retain some of the young people that are growing up in this area so that they will come back home to Mobile after they, finish college. That's important that we, continue to help Mobile grow.
Were you born and raised in Mobile? How long have you been a Mobile resident?
Yes, Mobile is my home. I also pastor a church here in Mobile. I'm a business owner here in the city of Mobile. I'm proud to call Mobile home.
Stimpson oversaw major changes for Mobile. He expanded city limits, boosted worker pay, launched big projects like a new airport and a planned arena downtown. But for some, it didn't always feel like those changes reached their streets.
Me personally, as an individual, I feel that the administration have done the best that they can do for the city. I do believe that more could have been done for the city from a leadership standpoint. But overall, I think that the city administration have done the best they can do for the city.
Now the question is, who's really ready to lead a city as diverse as Mobile and make sure every voice is at the table? 7 mayoral hopefuls were planned to attend. Here's a quick rundown of these candidates and a little bit more about their backgrounds. Former Mobile Police Chief and former Public Safety Director Lawrence Battiste. His campaign emphasizes experience in city admin and public safety. Former City Council member for District 3, Jermaine Burrell, who served on the council from 2009 to 2012 and has worked in community and economic development. Spiro Cheriogotis, who most recently served as a Mobile County District Judge. Cheriogotis stepped down from the bench to run for mayor, citing a desire to continue public service in a new capacity. District 103 Rep in the Alabama House of Representatives, Barbara Drummond, who wasn't able to attend but spoke through video. A former city spokesperson, Drummond brings experience in both government and communications. Connie Hudson, Mobile County Commissioner for District 2 and former councilwoman. Hudson's platform draws from over 2 decades in local government. Stephen Nodine, a former Mobile County Commissioner and City Councilor. He filed to run, though past legal issues could complicate his eligibility pending a pardon. Former Mobile Police Chief Paul Prine, who retired after nearly 30 years in law enforcement. Prine says he wants to bring a hands-on leadership style to City Hall. Afterward, we check back in with attendees. Were any suspicions put to rest? Are any hesitant about their choice? And most importantly, what do they see as success for the future of Mobile? So what would you say a thriving Mobile looks like to you?
I agree with a safe Mobile, new jobs coming in, a neater Mobile, where the infrastructure isn't just filling potholes, but actually good development. You can tell going through the tunnel, we have so much traffic that goes through here, maybe improving the tourism, things like that. Things that bring positive money here and unity from all around the county.
And so what would a thriving Mobile look like to you?
A thriving Mobile would look like when we can come together as one, build as one, work together as one, and we have a thriving Mobile.
Next, the meet and greet. Attendees gathered for handshakes, pictures, and quick conversations with candidates. This part is more informal, an opportunity to have that one-to-one. We got our own one-to-one with present candidates to hear how their platforms make them different and how their experience makes them most suitable. Once again, just ask you, how are you feeling after tonight?
It was an outstanding night, good questions that were posed to us, a lot of things that we still need to address, and I'm hoping that we can have a real debate in some format, and maybe with your organization, that we truly have a true debate and ask specific questions to one another and solutions. But it was a great night, and it was a great turnout, and we appreciate everybody coming out.
So how do you feel after tonight? How do you think everything went?
Well, I think the program tonight went really well. We didn't get to pick the questions, and it really wasn't a debate as much as it was a forum. And I would have liked a little bit more opportunity to be able to kind of go into what I plan to do with my vision. And I think if anybody was paying attention, I'm really the only candidate that laid out a 3-step vision that would get us where we want to be with the city of Mobile.
We were out here tonight at the event. It seems like a lot of the campaigns focus on public safety, infrastructure, things of that sort. What do you think about your campaign that sets it apart from all of these similar issues that your co-candidates were mentioning?
Yeah, in terms of my campaign, we are focused on building Mobile's future together, right? That means bringing everyone in the city of Mobile with equal access to the city's prosperity that's happening right now. I want young folks who are from communities that I grew up in to know that they can succeed here, no matter where they're from or what their background is.
It seems like, based on the conversations here tonight, a lot of you have the same priorities as far as things that need to be addressed in the city. So public safety, infrastructure. What do you feel is different about your campaign when it comes to addressing those issues?
One thing I do think is different. I'll let you hold it. I think I'm the only candidate in this race that has kids in public school right now. And, we have 2 chief of police that are running. I've been a judge, which is a different perspective. I've been a prosecutor, which is a different perspective. And, I've seen what works and what doesn't. And I'm not afraid to challenge the status quo. It's kind of the judge's job to challenge the police at times. And we got to make sure that we're maximizing our efforts. And, with kids in public school, I see where the schools are doing well. I see where there's room for improvement. To me, I still have these young kids. My heart has always been with the kids in this community. I've seen some of the worst things our kids go through as a prosecutor and a judge. And I just want to provide, places where they can be nourished and where they can flourish, and the support they need to really, it's not only do you need a good school to be able to learn well, but you need a good environment so that you can really soak in that learning. So I hope to be able to be a partner with a lot of our local agencies indirectly as the city to provide that.
So how would you describe the philosophy behind your approach as mayor?
My philosophy, I'm very collaborative. I would say that would be how I would describe myself. I work well with people, with organizations, with boards, civic groups, individuals. I'm very attentive to and accessible. I like to listen to people, and in this campaign it's been very interesting because as I've moved about the city, and particularly areas that I haven't represented as a council member or commissioner, I've learned so much more about issues and concerns, and so I'm taking a lot of notes, and I know it's a big job, there's a lot of challenges, but I'm up for the job.
All right, so based on the conversations tonight, it seems like everyone has similar priorities as far as public safety, transportation, and infrastructure. What do you think about your campaign, your approach sets you different from other candidates?
My approach has always been about collaboration, making sure that the people are involved, that their voices are being heard. Oftentimes, leaders make decisions without engaging those that will be impacted by those decisions. My approach, based off my history of working here in the city, has always been one of inclusiveness, giving people an opportunity to have voice, and being able to say at the end of the day, be very candid about, okay, we looked at it, we want to be transparent of what was there, but we're not able to make the decision to move in that direction today, but that doesn't mean we won't ever be able to move in that direction. So being inclusive is key to anything that you do. Anybody that leads needs to make sure that they're hearing the voices of all the people in the community.
It's easy to feel like politics don't touch us, but nights like these, they're a reminder. We're not outside, we are the city. Now the question is, who's really ready to run it? This is Jess with Uplift Mobile, and this has been Who Run the Port?